Welcome back to the Isabella Banks YouTube channel. It's your girl Weezy here, and today we're talking about how Prince Harry just showed up in Shanghai. He rocked the global stage and left the British media absolutely scrambling. So, Prince Harry gave the keynote at Trip.com's Big Envision 2025 Global Partner Conference. Try saying that three times. Anyway, it was not some little side panel, honey. It was the keynote. The full transcript is up on Sussex.com if you're curious, but here's what went down in the highlight reel. First of all, Prince Harry thanked Trick.com for the invite, aka he was invited. I'm sure there's so many people who would have loved to be invited, but they weren't. Next, as he began his speech, he quoted the big tourism statistics, like the fact that there was an 11% increase globally of tourism, and 80% of Asia Pacific travelers are ready to travel and explore even more. Next, he shined a light on sustainability, how rising travel equals rising responsibility. And he followed that with explaining Travalyst mission and progress. Over 130 billion flight searches now include emission estimates, thanks to Travalyst. And finally, he reaffirmed his commitment to sustainable travel, especially in Asia Pacific. I mean, this man didn't just fly in to smile and wave. He came with receipts, partnerships, and purpose. And did the media cover this properly? Well, hold up. We're going to get there in a second. First, though, let me just say that this was not some random speech. This was strategy. You know how I keep saying that if the British media polluted Harry's name in the UK in terms of making the narrative around Harry and Meghan toxic, so that businesses and people of influence run away from working with Harry and Meghan, and African governments are unable to invest big in sustainable tourism yet due to lack of ability, then of course it's time to look wider. And of course, the starting point would be the East, where Asia is, right? So China's got power, population, and mega investment potential. So, no, this Shanghai appearance wasn't just a photo op. Of course, anything to do with Prince Harry is never a photo op. It was a calculated move to expand Travelers' global reach and show Harry can pull international weight with or without the royal institution. As soon as the British media got wind of Prince Harry's presence in China, what did they do? They began the usual shenanigans, melting down and protesting his trip like he needed to come to them to take permission to go anywhere. Look at this headline. What is Prince Harry doing in China? It concerns you. It's not your business, right? Look at this one from the Mirror. Prince Harry makes surprise trip to China just as Charles starts historic Canada visit. The Daily Mail, which claims to know his every move, was caught off guard. The media pivoted so fast, trying to spin it like Harry was snubbing King Charles. Meanwhile, Harry is on the other side of the planet, minding his sustainability business. And by the way, did Prince Harry just give King Charles a taste of his own medicine by making himself unavailable while King Charles was on or close to his own continent? Speaking of King Charles being on the same continent as Prince Harry's current residence, it occurred to me that another thing that would make things easier for Prince Harry and Meghan is for them to go to countries that are not colonies or former colonies. That way, the countries are not obliged to give in to the British royal family's demands or considerations, which is why China is actually a perfect fit for Prince Harry. But I suppose that this will come as they grow financially because making trips for them is a huge financial investment in terms of the flight tickets, the way they travel first class and all, and then the security arrangements and where they are going to stay has to be on the same level that aligns with their status as well, and then childcare. for the kids left behind. And yeah, it's just going to take a whole lot, because affecting the kind of change that Harry and Meghan want to make globally, allowing them to network among those people that they need to make connections with to push the mission along, is going to take some serious money. Like Agas says, I bet William was making calls like, why didn't I get invited to China? I mean, it's not for everyone, it's for people who have personality, are able to give speeches, and are able to network and talk intelligently with the attendants of the conference. So, um, I think the people who are going to be trying to answer that question in China or on William's team are going to have a problem explaining to him that he doesn't qualify because he doesn't have the talent. Now, let's talk about how People magazine reported on Prince Harry's trip to China. They wrote it up like Harry and Meghan are on the brink of divorce just because they dare, oh my God, to have individual projects. Like, really? Y'all don't know couples can do separate and joint work? Like, a husband works in the bank and another person works, I don't know, as a teacher? Or Beyonce and Jay Z do it all the time. So why is this new when it comes to Harry and Meghan? And why do the media not feel embarrassed reporting on it in this way? A lot of people who even work in the media, they are married and they don't all work with their spouses. So why are they trying to normalize questioning why Harry and Meghan are working separately on their individual projects? Remember when Harry said he would walk into meetings with titans of industry ready to talk business, but negative headlines from the UK always followed him, overshadowing the work he came there to do? That's not a small thing. The media's propaganda machine is designed to shape public perception, to minimize credibility, and to box people into the roles that the media has created for them. Again, this is why I think that the Chinese trip matters. Harry is breaking out of the media chokehold and showing the world and potential partners that his projects stand on their own. And I think that we will be remiss in our duties for those people who are observing and reporting on what is happening, for not us not to acknowledge the challenge that Harry and Meghan are facing in their bid to move forward. I refuse to be among those people who will just tell you Harry and Meghan are fine. They are fighting their way through. The fact that Harry has to go to China tells you the kind of resistance that they're facing in America. Because apart from wanting to spread the mission globally, they also need to meet with like minded people across the globe, which they will not be able to find in America, especially in Trump's America. So the fact that he has to go to China right now means that they're getting a lot more news that they would like, because I'm sure that they would have preferred to consolidate first in America before moving all the way out. Anyway, this is the reason why I support Harry reaching into new markets. Because let's be real, if they don't fight for their own business space, the royal family and the British media will happily crush every attempt they made to stand on their own, to be independent. I would happily stand by and say, we told you, you shouldn't have left the royal family. The same way they did when the issue with Sentibale happened. Those awful people at The Independent wrote this ridiculous article saying that this is the reason why people don't leave the royal family, because once you leave the royal family, the next thing you know, you're being taken advantage of by people like Sophie Chanduka. But this same fear of not breaking out of the royal family, of not having the protection of the royal family, is what keeps people chained within the royal family. They know this, and they're waiting to be able to say that to Harry and Meghan when they've been able to cut off their relationship with anyone who would happily work with them. Harry's appearance in China must no doubt have disrupted the royal gossip cycle and showed that he's out here making moves and not waiting around for royal crumbs. The British media's obvious intent to toxify the business environment around Harry and Meghan, basically to prevent them from being able to be independent, is also the reason why I remain committed to the mission of filing the petition against the British media at the UN, no matter how long it would take to achieve this goal. If you would like to support, subscribe to the channel, join our channel membership, and follow our Instagram page for even more updates. So, guys, what do you think? Was Harry's China play a boss move? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We need to talk about it. Oh, and before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you don't miss my update this Sunday on the UN supporting Harry. You don't want to miss it because I've got some updates to share. This is Weezy signing out. Peace.